weak point you can against go after if you're Nico, and the same could be said for Huxi. So you actually have a matchup right here where Huxi should be individually the better player.
Gentlemen, the game is ready to go. Can I push you for quick final predictions?
Easy.
G2, Blair?
Actually, I'll go with EF.
Okay, my analyst desk is split. Anders and Henry, who have you got?
Oh, it's a good question, Parla. I'm going to have to side with G2 on this one. I respect it from Pimp, though. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final game of the day on the A-Stream at least. It's been a hell of a day. I've enjoyed myself. We're looking for a nice competitive, close series here. It will be Eternal Fire to kick things off on the T side here of Nuke once again. And towards Rampro, Woxic will lie in wait. Calix, what is he lining up? Getting himself a smoke line up here from the roof.
Yeah, waiting it out for a minute, but
I guess it gets himself the perfect range from the door to open fully.
it's down to the margins, isn't it, when you're playing at this high level? Let's see, they've wasted a bit of time. Modesty started to get there. No bullets connecting yet. Nico, he's trying, but the smoke is right in front of him. Hunter on the other side. The dualies, they're ripping them apart. It's too much to handle. Major goes down, and it's on Calix here. Can't even get the reload in time. Hunter will find him a quad kill to begin with.
Oh, I hope he's enjoying himself. Yeah, it was very sick from Hunter. The Julies, a bit of a mainstay in CS2. They were starting to creep into fashion towards the end of CSGO, but now you see them in pretty much every CT pistol, especially on the likes of Nuke. No bomb planted, Anders, but a force buy nonetheless. We are going to have Tech9s out in full force. It was the Julies that are the hero of the previous round. Hunter make light work of that upper execution there. The smoke thrown from Squeaky, a couple of flashes over. Doesn't get them anywhere near a victory. Eternal Fire now on the back foot. First smoke deployed to enable some control towards outside. They're going to try and send multiple players down towards the secret area. That Molotov to dissuade CTs from rotation, but you could see Nico wasn't having any of it. He still wants to get down there and be part of the action. He gets a face full of lead courtesy of Major.
Yeah, and the Molotov had weakened him from earlier, so he was going to be dead by just one bullet there. And Calix with the Deagle will find the headshot. It's a bit awkward right now. Nexa, he's got some crossfire potential on the other side, but it never really gets activated. Oh my God! Calix, what are you doing? 3 kills so far with the Deagle. He's completely returned upon G2, just Hunter left. He's going to try and at least do something here, but my God.
I really like that from Eternal Fire. Had a lot of moving parts there. So the outside smoke's pretty standard stuff, but there's the Molotov down the vent as well. Nico took 30 damage en route trying to get down towards that lower position. He knew what was coming, Anders, but it meant that the Tech9 had one tap potential at that range as well. So it was a really nice little set piece, a pocket strat, if you like, from Eternal Fire. And of course, if Calix gets 3 1Ds to go with it, that's all you can really ask for. It's going to be down to poor old Hunter, the hero of the last round, 5-0. Drops a smoke deep in T-spawn to try and provide some self-preservation here, but Eternal Fire bounced back with vengeance there. Beautiful, as they managed to completely dissect the lower bomb side there, no problem. All the headshots found courtesy of Calix, and we are going to see presumably the force buy back in response here. I've seen a scout purchase for Monacy and some Deagles otherwise.
Don't know if it's too early to celebrate, but think about how many of these projects, Henry, that are around for a long time and don't really ever sort of fully function, right? Like NIP and Big maybe, where like they keep switching players. I think Eternal Fire were close to running into that same category, but it's kind of cool to see them put this together now and it kind of working out. I think, you know, the fact that they've built this pretty competitive roster is definitely something to look forward to. Okay, well.
You don't normally see people fumble that boost.
No.
Even in my games, we're doing that, no problem, but it's fine. I don't think the sound cue gave too much away. But a boosting towards the ramp. 2 players in upper. Hunter will provide another smoke here towards Squeaky. Comes the hot Molotov, and towards ramp we go. So they are walking into the Lion's Den here, Anders. Nico behind the first box, and Nexa looks like he's taking the initial aggro. So he wants to actually get a kill, them to challenge. That's when Nico will swing.
Yeah, and if it goes on long enough, the scout could even rotate in. There's the kill. Now the second punch here. Nico not quite getting the headshot, and slowly they're beginning to open it up. The scout did get here, but I think it might be time to fall back, although, honestly,
yeah, they've
headshot in between. That's ridiculous.
They've done very well here. They've got the man advantage. They've thrown a spanner in the works here. Eternal Fire didn't see that setup coming. You don't normally see it set up like that. It's the booster player taking the aggro, then Nico to swing out. Monacy to find the scout headshots. Speaking of which, Nico needs to find one himself, and the Molotov will completely destroy his position now. taking significant damage. m0NESY will have to retrieve the scout. Lower bomb site.
There's not that much time left.
Going to be interesting finish here because they're going back and towards up and making a lot of sound on route, and m0NESY hears them. He'll be looking to deny the plant here, Anders.
Yes, he will. Only 15 seconds. Walking up right behind the dualies. There's the headshot on Major, but the bomb is down below. It is getting planted as we speak. And Hunter just holding the high ground. He would love a chance to find that headshot on Calyx, but not going to be giving them a free. Instead, it's on the outside, a bit of a flashbang. There would have been a chance maybe for HooXi to chime in on the other side.
I think he gets his kill still.
Maybe. Question of timing, but now that Walk6 taking care of Hunter, it might just be too late. Even if he gets this one now with no kit in his back pocket, it might just be too much to ask for. That is such a close round. I think if he'd had something more exciting, the dualies might not be the best weapon to try and go for that kind of flank. My God.
It wasn't ideal. There's an argument to be made as well. Maybe he waits an extra couple of seconds, presents some trigger discipline. Maybe he can deny the plan, run the clock down further, but it felt like the double kill was possible. Didn't quite work out. If he gets that kill, they certainly win the round. It's unfortunate for m0NESY and unfortunate for G2 as a whole, as they are now down to a full eco. It's 2-1 Eternal Fire here. Just joining us. This is the second game these guys have played today. Eternal Fire took down quite an underwhelming NIP there, currently 0-2.
Yeah, they did.
And G2 took down Into the Breach in a very convincing manner. That was a 13-3 game in their favor. Looking to replicate the success of FaZe here and get a 2-0 to kick off day one of the RMR.
Hard day for Into the Breach in many ways.
Yeah.
Their second game here at the A stream was really brief. So yeah. And the Eternal Fire NIP game was that was interesting. NIP with a chance to maybe win it, but Turkish team coming out on top. Santaris taking a peek out of the yard. It's just pistols on the other side, so whatever you do, just don't give away this one AK. They're gonna love that if they can steal it away. Bomb to be planted inside. They didn't even need to get any kills to get in here.
Yeah, apparently not.
Peaceful round so far.
Let's get him a little bit.
What's
going on here, lads? Do you know how to boost?
Is he trolling?
Have you tried
him?
boosting before?
He must have been trolling.
I don't know what was going on there, but it's all for naught. Doesn't matter. The round is already guaranteed. As we all know, just waiting for the conclusion to come through. There should be no frags found for the likes of G2 here. Just Hunter. Oh, he'll be taken care of by Major. There we have it. Eternal Fire put their best foot forward here after losing the pistol. They post 3 rounds in a row and actually looking pretty decent at this stage. Managed to best the 4 spy and the full eco now as G2 will have funds available going forward. We'll see if they can actually hold on to it though. They will fully invest. And we have got a m0NESY AWP. He's 2 and 4 currently. A couple of players haven't fragged just yet. Nico and HooXi. To be said, Nico hasn't found his absolute best form in CS2 as of yet. Everyone thought the latest patch he would be buffed, especially on that CT side, but hasn't quite come into fruition just yet. We'll see if he can start to come to life here. HooXi defending that squeaky door position. A couple of speculative shots towards our spots. It's nexa in the ramp room who will be tested momentarily. One of the best aimers in the game, Zantares.
Nexa ducked down, waiting for the cue.
There he is.
Santaris, you called it out. He was going to be ready for that one. Instant headshot, 4 versus 5 to begin with. Hunter trying to see if he could just dive down the ladder, just see if he can get there in time to stop anyone. But I like the fact that Major's out here, just a little bit behind, catching rotations potentially as the bomb is getting planted down below. Hard call right now for G2. If they don't get an opening kill right now, they might have to save. Look at the smoke up. What do you even do here? I think they're already starting to walk away towards CT spawn on the other side. Yeah, maybe they get a couple of kills, but they're not going to be able to win the round here. Eternal Fire, what a way to get started. 4-1 in their favor.
This is a team that seems to be getting better and better as well. Like, you're right, this team has been in a whirlwind of roster changes the last year. It seems like the same names in and out, and they never really make a real dent that we always talk about.
It's been quite annoying, like.
They've got Zantares, they've got this great talent, but now this is the roster that's actually starting to turn some heads. Like, over in Katowice, They didn't make the playoffs, but they definitely had some great games out there. They took a map off FaZe, map off Na'Vi, took down Falcons 2-0. They actually had some really impressive games out there. They're looking like a cohesive unit. We're finally seeing Woxic come back to life in Counter-Strike. It's been about 2.5 years. Since he's actually been able to put anything down on the server, and he's actually looking more consistent. He's looking like he's actually a valuable part of this team now, and it's not just the Xantares show. And of course, we can't forget to mention Wakadia as well. What a absolute beast he has been for Eternal Fire as a whole, and great start, as you mentioned. This is about as good as it gets after losing the pistol. You win every following round. So, backs to the wall. G2 have to recalibrate. 4-1 down. They've got the m0NESY AWP, but pistols by the looks of things otherwise here. So, m0NESY will have to step up. Still on that 2-frag scoreline. Round 6.
Calix still with an absolutely lights-out scoreline, 7-1. Obviously, 3 of those kills in the round with the deal, really high impact. Him and Major both playing.
And it's all down to that pocket strat, because it's really nice little simple execution towards that side. The Molotov down the vent, do a bit of damage to the rotating CTs, meaning only one could get down there. That was Nico. And it kind of set them up, laid the foundations for the 4 rounds in a row. m0NESY taking matters into his own hands, however. In towards Squeaky Door with the AWP. The wall of smokes completely deployed, though. And down towards lower we go. 3 players. Make it 4. We met by some CT presence here. They've actually got quite a lot of manpower. Down towards lower. Could be interesting here. Nico in towards Garage with the M4. Bear in mind it's m0NESY with the AWP. He's down there now as well. So a chance. Pretty decent one for G2 to bring this round back to life.
Yeah, some good grenades, though, could dislodge this particular setup, but I mean, it is doable.
Yeah, we normally talk about the Molotov. On this side, the boost certainly viable as well, especially if you've got big man Xantares at the top of the tower. m0NESY makes himself known in more ways than one, gets himself a double kill there. Fancy footwork, rotating around that lower bomb side of Nico. Bear in mind, he's been lying in wait this entire time. That's more like it. 2.5 kills should be enough for G2 to survive this round. The grenade doesn't quite connect, and it will be m0NESY and Nico working in tandem there to make the round a reality. G2 back online with 2.
There are so many other AWPers in the world that even if they get that first kill, you can run them down. Like, you can just put pressure on them and they will fail one shot and then they die. But m0NESY is just not one of those AWPers. Look at how confident he's in the second fight. He just runs straight in, they open the door, it blows them up. And that's when they kind of knew after, they were like, okay, we have to leave m0NESY alone. Like, you just have to. There's no choice. And the secondary option of running towards Nico was not really any better. So, huge round from G2. Much needed round.
Well, here we go. Money's absolutely fine and remains to be so after losing the previous. The Eternal Fire 4 rounds in a row. They still have around $4,000 each in terms of residual cash. Outside, wall of smokes deployed once again. The HE to vaporize the smoke itself, but no significant damage done. Woxic has made it down somewhat unscathed, 74 HP. Let's put him in 1-tap territory against his M4s. But now, how do they make this one work? What does Woxic do next? He's kind of just suggesting we've got lower control, but this is a classic fake. They'll be doing upper execution handers, just trying to pull at least one player down. CTs are not taking the bait whatsoever. It's nowhere near enough as they hold strong.
Yeah, smoking off Mini. Good little flashbang going for the ceiling. Wow. Wakadia opening everything up. HooXi and Hunter dead without even any chance to reply. And that's the round pretty much over and done with. My God.
That had nothing to do with Woxic's little fake down lower. They just ran out upper, found 2 with a nice flashbang. And yeah, the CTs, like I said, one dislodged from their positions. HooXi and Hunter. Oh, Woxic's actually bested Nico in that duel. I can't believe it.
I thought he caught a glimpse of the time. It was so ridiculous. All right, well, he couldn't win it anyway.
That's wild. What a round.
Yeah, that's so sick. I was about to say, it's not even one of those really elaborate A executes where you got the Molotovs going back towards the default, behind silos. Like, they just had flashbangs coming through the ceiling, right? There were no Molotovs to set it up. There were no interesting grenades beyond the flashes. So it's a kind of an expensive round. They lose a lot trying to hunt down the rest of the kills here, but still 5-2 in their favor.
After losing the pistol handers on the T side of Nuke,
you'll take it.
You take it all day long. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Money was already decent for them as well. They get another $3,500 per player by winning by virtue of Explosion. So yeah, money's no problem at all. And I guess the only bad news is that m0NESY is looking incredibly sharp still, and he saves the AWP, and an AK is in the hands of G2 as well. Which player has got it though? It's going to be nexa, who's playing that ramp room. Kind of where you do want it as well, to have the one-tap potential to take more confident duels, if you so wish.
Yeah, so just avoid m0NESY at this point. Like, that's going to be the game.
It's difficult though. He's such a dynamic player. Look now, he's towards outside. T-Red getting aggressive, knowing that he's probably got to carry the team over the finish line because no one else really showed up as of yet. HooXi 0-7, Nico 2-5. Hunter's had some moments, but bear in mind he got 3 on the pistol as well. Not to say those kills don't count. I don't really like it when casters say that, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that round was like a bit of a lock-in after he found that sequence, but still needs to get going in these gun rounds.
HooXi's 0-7 at the moment. Jacob did bring it up on the desk as a, as a talking point. Was talking out sort of Major as a balancing point for that Major, but not really at the moment. It's a 3-round lead. They're starting to get towards the ramp room, actually opening this up quite nicely.
They've got some nice variations to their strategies here, Eternal Fire. They definitely convince him there's going to be an upper execution there, but reading it well, G2 have actually re-coordinated themselves back down towards lower. 3 players here, and Maj is calling an absolute blinder. Feeling the presence. Back towards lobby they go. Zantares, last player in the ramp room. If the timings work in his favor, he can sneak away just before they arrive. Oh, they've got nothing out of this. So the CT's now in a world of trouble. They've lost track of the T's. m0NESY's in the vent. The AWP, good luck, my friend. Impressive to get one.
The kill, unbelievably so. HooXi shot in the back, but he did get a kill on the board finally. Hunter back here. There's only 17 seconds on the clock, but they're going to clean it out. The trade continues. Oh my god, the bomb out in the middle of everything. Nexa with the spray down from the high ground there. And it's G2 to win the round, but it was chaos all across the board.
It really was. Entertaining round there, and I think Lucadia thought he got that final or penultimate kill. He brings out the bomb straight away. I think he assumed he connected the headshot here. This was wild from m0NESY. Like, I'm impressed he even got 1 kill out of that. Like, it definitely makes things very uncomfortable for the T side. Next up, a nice double spray down there, just what the doctor ordered here for G2, 5-3. And we said m0NESY has to be the one to try and carry them through these rounds, and he's absolutely everywhere right now. Outside, down towards the vents, finding kills towards Squeaky. As this time, positioned by the heaven area of the upper bomb site, needs to be deployed. Destined for the bomb site floor, no one to receive them. Alex certainly gets a taste of that one though. Courtesy of Nex in the ramp room, takes another 58 points of damage, almost a max damage HE. So what's the call here? Eternal Fire sitting up. The number 1 smoke. They've been delivering the traditional wall of smoke time and time again. Ideally, throwing it every single round, keeping the CTs guessing. We saw them just send Woxic down before. Obviously, you can send 4 players down as well. And it's Wicardia that tries like this time.
Spent quite a lot of time on this at the moment here. Only 1 player to go down so far. The bomb is in the yard, but much further back, and they're setting up more smokes. These ones are landing towards hell over by the windows. But while they're doing all of that, it's Major to be discovered on the other side. So yeah, sure, they've got a lot of control here, but...
It's great, though, from G2. Nice reactive play. You can feel the outside smokes being deployed. You need to take some territory in response, pushing 2 players towards a ramp to guarantee at least a trade there. And they've got much more than that. They've got the man advantage. They've isolated the players towards outside. They've allowed them to have it. You see them just disallowing entrance towards the heaven. Zantares, though, has done well to find a timing, though. They're not looking at it right now.
Might have needed the kill on top there. He's getting shot at the back. It's Nexa to pick up the kill, but bomb going to be planted here with about 3 seconds left on the clock. It's not going to be a lot of time, but it could be one. There is a chance for it. Woxic with the AWP still alive. Do you believe, Henry?
I'm kind of believing. Like, they haven't got any utility. If they had just a smoke or a Molotov, you might really give them a fighting chance here, but we'll see. Calyx, he stunned us in the second round with that Desert Eagle sequence. We'll have to do the same here again. Players all around him. m0NESY, perfectly timed, takes the aggro just as his teammates are going around the corner. If the bomb was in an open position, you might give him a fighter's chance here. Great shots from Lucadia, and presumably they've got the kip, and it'll be absolutely fine. G2, no nonsense this time, well handled. Even on a 5-on-3, like that's a difficult round to retake that lower bomb site. You don't know what you're up against there, but they communicated in such a efficient manner that the fact just as they're coming around this the secret corner, that's when m0NESY drops in the vents loudly, knowing that they can't watch both positions at once. Calyx split in half as we go for the first tactical pause for Eternal Fire here. Finally showing some signs of weakness. It's been a great T-side campaign in this best of one. Next up, like we said, after losing the outside information and control, pushing towards the ramp room, and indeed trophy with Nico. They get some fantastic kills, and that was stunning from m0NESY. Bucharest gave it a good go, but unable to find the third kill, and the bomb wasn't really planted for him either. He would have been in a tough spot to try and win that round. Still, do they want to buy into this one? It doesn't look to be the case. Calyx will present a Tech 9. Same story for Major and Xantares. We're getting to the closing stages of this first half. But a course correction from G2. After winning the pistol, I should say. They gave up 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah. I mean, they're making up for it slowly but surely. They still have a couple of players that have hardly been activated, right? HooXi on 1, Nico on 2 kills. So they've got a couple of players out there that could still be put into the game and make it interesting. I like this Molotov down behind the wall, a little bit of a nade, and they absolutely catch Woxic out. Now, they don't know that a couple of players are crossed, but they're going to find that out pretty quickly. Nexa able to call in the information right away. So they have a great read. They're getting all the kills. m0NESY missing none of the shots at the moment, as G2 will tie up the game and make it a 5-5 scoreline here. Yeah, the fact that m0NESY is just such a rock on this team is must be very comforting for the team to play around, just knowing that there's one guy who will just always show up. It's ridiculous. Going into the 11th round now. That one was, a bit of a stretch. This one, not going to be a perfect round. They're going to be missing some utility, and they've got a couple of Galils also being brought up onto the stage.
I'd like to see one of those pocket strats again. Let's just get a nice execution going early. I'm seeing smokes being deployed at this stage. This is the sort of round you want to be kind of setting up a set piece. Smoke's already going down, and all 5 players around us, so there is something behind this. Waiting for the CT reaction to come through as they pop the smokes here. Oh, brutal grenade. Couldn't have done more damage if he tried there. Nico, will he show us what he's made of? Has he got a chance to find multiple kills here? Certainly does. Gets the double. Significant damage inflicted towards Woxic as well. He limps away with just 3 points of health for Calyx. Trying to pick up the pieces here. Still plenty of time, but CTs don't really need to be part of these battles. m0NESY caught off position. 3 versus 3 will look to be a fantastic start from G2, slowly but surely falling apart.
They must have been so close to catching Nico going into the smoke at the start of the round. That was a toe-curling moment. But a 3-on-3 up on the high ground here. Hunter going to be careful he doesn't get caught. He nearly did. Woxic, though, he was low on health already. He was dead immediately. And now the pressure is on here. Major getting out-dueled, the 2 versus 1 isolated out there, and Calyx 35 seconds. I don't even know what you can do at this point in time. He's trying to take the fight here, but Nexa will be able to bring him down at the end. So G2 recovering the round. Looked like they were about to lose control of it, but this is pretty important.
Yeah, it's looking much better. It's a bit of a bumpy start for G2, not looking their usual selves, but slowly but surely getting it together here. Nico, a bit more confidence, pushing through the smoke, gets himself a nice double kill. A spanner in the works there with m0NESY caught out of position, but well handled towards the end, especially from Nexa. He's done a pretty solid job, to be honest with you, with the AK-47 towards ramp. You can see Nico looks a little flustered, which has been the case for the last few months. But great round from him. 2.5 kills. Job's a good one. Final round of this first half. Not much to speak of in terms of the Eternal Fire setup in Arsenal. Tech 9s, Galils. Cheeky little MAC-10 there for Major. We talked about pocket strats before. You're definitely going to have to deploy one here. You're not going to be working any picks with the Tech 9. So, need to make these CTs uncomfortable. Molotov them out of position. Flash them to hell and back. Eternal Fire set themselves up towards an upper play here. Wicardi had the chance of the kill. Doesn't quite convert it. And now Hunter, he's got a prime position to start mowing them down the turret. Finds a couple of kills here. Significant damage though. Wicardi and Calyx down. There's 10 points of health each. The bomb's going to be planted by Woxic. A 3-on-3, some chance here, but it doesn't look good whatsoever for the Turkish squad.
Doesn't Calyx stuck in the corner. Woxic not ready for it. Didn't really realize.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's so awkward. Oh, yeah, I don't think he's ever getting up this ladder now.
No way!
See, what have you done?
That is so sick. What a way to leave the first half. A Zeus drop-down kill from the heavens. m0NESY is a god. The Zeus is going to be a mainstay of the game, especially in CS2, Anders. Let me tell you, this is going to be the year of the Zeus in 2024.
Wow. Yeah, I was not expecting it. We need to see that from his point of view. What a disgusting way to end the half.
What a demoralizing way as well. Just before halftime, you've absolutely rocked him in this round. Desert Eagle comes out, he jumps behind him, takes the full damage, and gets the maximum distance Zeus as well. That's so sick. It's such a m0NESY way to close things out. And after winning a huge spell of rounds there, like G2 might have been done for. But towards the end of that first half, they managed to post 5 rounds in a row themselves and actually close out the half with the lead. 7-5, match is paused for now. Get ready with the second momentarily. No breaks here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have a look at the setups. In terms of utility on the T side, we are seeing a single smoke for Hunter, a flash in the hands of Hooksy, Nico with that P250. Love to see that. Hopefully he can start coming online in the second half. Very important pistol for both teams, of course. Looking for that 2-0 scoreline. Eternal Fire putting up a hell of a fight. Pretty much everyone showed up. We haven't seen Woxy do too much, but bear in mind he's the AWP of the squad. CT side of Nuke, expect him to do a little more.
Yeah.
T side, you can't really sink your teeth in with the sniper too much. Here comes the play. 4 players towards Secret. Hunter outside of a smoke. Smoking main, potentially.
Yeah, deep one. Wakadia, I think, is kind of realizing, yeah, that puts me in a little bit more trouble. They're trying to see if they get the dive down. That's actually the bomb, but they do get the return kill at the very least. Still a 4 versus 4, and Major started to get a little bit of a sniff towards the lobby. Hooksy falling back and, yeah, recovering the bomb, trying to see if they can get a little bit further away. Hunter's going to be found, and Major's even coming into the play here. m0NESY, finally, some kind of sane return. The bomb gets planted, and now the pressure is on the CT side all of a sudden. m0NESY could have been edged out with that kill. Nico down below, he's looking for another headshot. He can't quite find it. And now they're defusing right away. They're putting all the pressure on. He has to run for it. It is a 10-second defuse. It's still happening behind there. Yeah, he's just so far away. Nice attempt from Nico and m0NESY, but yeah, the bomb just planted in a slightly awkward position at the end.
Well, at least the bomb is planted. Not all is lost by any stretch of the imagination. A few kills found as well. They can actually bring out 2 AK-47s they wanted to, or Galils across the board. Impressive shots from Zantara, you'd expect no less. Interesting strat as well. You don't normally see that. You see plenty of main smokes towards a lot of drop, but the fact it's Hunter that throws it from outside, bounces it off garage, lands a main entrance, and keeping the door closed itself is a nice way to surprise the CTs there. Doesn't necessarily work out for them, but as mentioned, the bomb gets planted. They've gone with a 2 AK-47 approach here, because Nico and m0NESY got a couple of kills each. Scout doesn't connect. Courtesy of Woxy. We did say the sniper would have a chance to put on a bit of a clinic here in the second half. Not a must-win round, but
I don't know if
bad for Nico. I don't know how he hits the shot so cleanly.
It's like the reaction time is so low. He's getting jumpy. Madness. Absolutely mad. Not that much damage being done at the moment. Looks like they might have found a way to cross. Nico, oh, I said that. I cursed him instantly, although the return is not that bad.
Okay, so that was Major from main entrance with the MP9 that found Nico on cross. Yeah. That's actually nuts. With the SMG to do that much damage, you've got to see that from his POV. That's wild.
I think Nico had already made his way basically to the top of the stairs,
yeah,
but the
right.
angle is so deep that he just catches him anyway.
Very impressive. Not out of the woods just yet, though. Eternal Fire. They've got the man advantage, but still 2 AKs in play. m0NESY with Kevlar, but 30 points of health. Needs a CT mistake, ideally. Nexa's hoping the CTs will be pushing the lobby. 35 seconds here. I don't think they have anything to do. Might consider saving the AKs here, Anders. Maybe not anymore. Hell of a shot from Hooksy.
Yeah. Wasn't ready for the re-peek, unfortunately, there. Another attempt at it, 20 seconds. Gotta be careful on the CT side. And now that nexa is dead, maybe you could group up and find him. My God, it's just the timing. It's so stupid. 1 versus 3, and he's turned it into a 1-on-2 at the very least. Does have the bomb on his back, but he's simply out of time. He's got nowhere to check everything. Goes for a little bit of a spray. He will get taken down at the end. You can tell how scary he is. Okay, I like it.
Teabagging is old school. We're bringing it back.
Listen, if we're bringing back the Seuss, we might as well bring back teabagging.
I remember that was like a few years ago, that was like a big talking point. It's like, oh, it's really disrespectful. No one should be doing that.
I know, people are getting quite upset about it. It's just a video game, Raz. Just a video game.
And what a game it is. Ricardia, nice work here. It was close. m0NESY hit some absolute bangers, to be honest with you. I thought they were going to save the AKs. No harm in giving it a go, though. m0NESY, the sort of player that can make those rounds work, but for now, they'll have to sit back and wait. They don't have much to speak of whatsoever. 7-7, some Tech 9s. No Kevlar, no nades. Just hoping to keep the CTs modest with a couple of 1-deags. Ambitious position there from Nico, but does tend to hit those shots. It's Calix. Can smell blood in the water here. There's the chance to farm some serious cash. Nico, m0NESY trying to provide some sort of distraction towards that side, but it'll be ramp where they finish up at the looks of things here. Seeing if that outside presence will initiate the push from the CT side, but they're not taking the bait.
They're getting plenty of chances to flex those deagles. They're just not connecting, unfortunately, on the other side.
Definitely not. And this was all for a bit of a ruse to try and get the bomb down towards lower if possible. So maybe he gets another kill here, but not meant to be. Woxic will make light work of him to close things out. Eternal Fire take the lead here in the second half. 8-7. That was the eco, bear in mind.
I feel like this is important, right, for them to come out of this round with 4 people alive. Just to, make a bit of cash on top of it. Being on that CT side, if they get reset so close to the finish line, you never really know what can happen. So I'm sure the Turkish team would really love to be able to cement a bit of a lead here. 1 round won't really cut it. Got to keep it going. Could see Santaris having to rebuy back into the round and down to $0. Oh, they're going to be rushing straight for it. Leading the charge. AK's on the A-bomb side. Oh, m0NESY, he's broken it wide open. I can't believe he's still alive on the other side. This round is over. I don't think Santaris could do anything.
I said it in the first half, like m0NESY knows he's going to have to carry this game, and he's certainly delivering on that expectation. What a way to crack things open on the upper bomb side there. Emphatic force behind it. Nice spray control. He almost takes down the third in the form of Zantares as well. Great call from HooXi there. Just when things were starting to get a little bit problematic. Hits him with the showstopper upper execution.
Normally you'd have to run through fire and into the HE grenades to try and get through the HUD like that, but he just had such a clear path to make his way in. And the HUD player, unable to see anything, just couldn't really participate for the longest time. My God, that's devastating.
Nico goes down. He'll be frustrated with that, but no problem. It was a very clean round otherwise. There's m0NESY getting that double kill. Upon arrival of the upper bomb side, nice spray down. Effective utility, providing that path towards success. Looks like we might have a tactical timeout in the follow-up round here. There is a B stream, bear in mind. We've got the next game coming up for them as well as Virtus.pro taking on Fnatic. Now, that's quite an interesting game.
Yeah, that's
Fnatic actually looked pretty good earlier. I'll say that much. So, watch out for that one. That's going to be the third. There's another match on the B stream afterwards as well. This is our last one of the day on the A stream. Woxic. This is old school. You don't normally see him taking these sort of risks these days. He's more of a static AWP. Maybe for good reason. As he goes down with no problem whatsoever. m0NESY absolutely wrecks him.
Yeah, m0NESY spotted him, and they even had Nico out there as well. You could see m0NESY on the X-ray take a deep breath before he just went for the wide swing to absolutely knock him out. That's actually so disrespectful. He's like, I know you're holding the angle with the AWP, but I'm not going to care at all. I'm just going to win this fight.
He didn't even have a chance to fire back. He got nothing. That's pretty impressive once again from m0NESY. 5 versus 3. Huge round here. Resources will be drained from the bank accounts of Eternal Fire if they give this one up. It's looking likely that they will. Major recovers the AWP. Got a chance here. He's actually pretty handy with the AWP. If they run a double AWP setup, he'll be the one to utilize it. I was going to say there's a chance, but unable to convert. Towards Secret we go, and there's absolutely zero presence from the defense down towards lower.
Monacy is the difference maker at the moment.
Yep.
18-9. Like there's so many rounds, more than I can count at the moment, where he's the one to just open it up. They lose Wukadia at the meantime. Not that it really makes a difference in terms of who wins or loses the round. They were already winning this one, but still, it's more expensive for Eternal Fire, which is not what they need at the moment here. Bomb going to be planted. G2 now going to be taking the 1-round lead. And the problem for the CT side now is, again, that economy. That's why I tried to make such a big deal of it a couple of rounds ago. They won that first round, and it was 4 people surviving on the CT side. That's where they should have started to build some money, but quickly it's caught up to them. See how much they want to hunt here at the late stage. It's kind of hard to find people on Nuke at the wrong time, so you can see everyone on the CT side quite far away. But yeah, this could be an unfortunate turn of events here for Eternal Fire. They just might run out of cash.
And gas, yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking problematic, but they do save the AK and the AWP. I said the money would be running low. It wasn't completely broken. I think they're averaging around $3,000 per player. So if they are going to force buy into this one, this is the one that really counts. Like I said, I respect it from Woxic. Like that's kind of a look back in the history books, him getting aggressive. Magi's got him on a leash right now these days. He kind of plays very defensively, just gets his 1 kill. Doesn't really have those heroic clutches anymore. And Katowice, he actually looked pretty good, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, getting bested by the AK-47s. You can see he was flustered in that scenario. As we get into a very important round here. Number 18, Monacy boosted up. Looking above the utility. Seeing if any CTs are trying to sneak across towards T-Red. Doesn't get much for it. Where is Woxic positioned right now? He's actually making his way towards Secret, I believe. He'll be the linchpin of this round. They're going to have a chance of winning it. Comes down to him. Bear in mind, although we've got a pretty decent buy here, Eternal Fire aren't fully invested. They've kept around $2,000 on 3 players here. Woxic dropped a little. See if he can hold on towards outside once again. This time in a more defensive position. On a T-Red. Molotov will... okay, take him out of the position, but off he goes.
Yeah, if they didn't Molotov him out, there's a good chance he can get that kill and just try to escape. That would have been a really good play. A good grenade usage from G2, trying to just get a bit of map control. And now they're sliding 2 people down. He's still waiting for them at the next corner, so if he's quick with it, he can get the kill. He doesn't have any grenades to slow them down, so he has to be faster with a shot, and he is. Nico didn't even know what hit him there. Sticking around now, under 40 seconds, and Calix been playing a really good game so far, but he's traded out against Hunter this time, and Shadow showing, yeah, Monacy, he knew that was going to happen. It's managed to go down 2 versus 3 in 25 seconds. Can you even make this round work?
Oh, maybe not anymore. They're trying to flush out the CTs on the other side of the squeaky area. Time is of the essence, but Monacy working with Hunter, the best performing players on the G2 outfit so far. 13 seconds remaining, and maybe no chance at all, because Hunter would have to do something unbelievable at this stage to keep the dream alive. And then maybe go for a double AWP setup on the CT forces as well. I saw them pick it up. Let me just jump and source 2 TV. And let's see if they are going to be running it. Yeah, indeed. So they've got 2 AWPs into the next round. That is an old school CSGO approach. It was in meta for maybe a couple of years between 2017 and 2019. But you don't see it too often, but it's certainly viable. No one's really deployed it too often in CS2, but we'll see who's rocking it. As mentioned, Major, the secondary AWPer technically of this squad, will play the more turret-like positions. Maybe he goes towards ramp or something like that.
They've also brought out an AUG, so they've got all the scopes now up and running.
AUG is a very nice weapon, especially on Nuke and Anubis. Yeah, so Major does go towards ramp. Makes sense.
I don't hate it. I think it's
it's a
worth
really,
giving it a try.
really nice position for it. The problem is if they get the bomb down towards lower, if they do an outside execution, they're dropping right now, retaking the lower bomb site at double AWP setup. Incredibly difficult.
Yeah, that is usually what where that kind of strategy comes to an end. Nico, he stood up right inside of the smoke, and Santaris just somehow not quick enough to get the kill.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, couple of good ones. A nice little flick there. Woxic goes down, and Wukadia would have found the same fate, but somehow he gets saved. Calix there with the AWP. Right position, right time. Monacy and Hunter now. Once again, that same duo, 2 versus 3. They got a lot more time this round on the clock, so maybe they can do it. But I like this from Calix. Very proactive. Might be hard to read on the other side, although the timing is against him. He nearly had, if he'd stood still, he might have had that kill on Monacy, but now it's back on.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate for Calix there. Another tight 2-on-2. 35 seconds. m0NESY, 21 kills. Hunter will join him once again. They're healthy. They're well equipped. They have utility. Information on their side. CTs don't have much to work with. The flash towards ramp. Trying to avert the crosses of the CTs and just about gets away with it. 15 seconds now. m0NESY will have to go for the plan. Smokes down, trying to bait them out. And now he will be dropped. Surely a missed shot though from the AWP.
Major coming right through. This is pretty sick. He's making sure that he can't win the round. I want to know how Arcadia got that first kill. It was showed through the smoke. Did he see anything, or was it just a blind shot? I have to find out. My God, m0NESY, they just have to avoid him and just try and run down the clock. They can't really kill him at this point in time.
No, certainly not.
But that kill from Arcadia coming through the smoke, he was in mini. I have no idea. Maybe he was just backtracking through the smoke and that's how he could see him. Otherwise, if it's just raw timing, that's so stupid.
Well, this one is coming right down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these teams 1-0 so far. Looking for that 2-0 spot here in day one of the RMR. It'd be a great place to be. It was Eternal Fire that took down NIP. Kind of an underwhelming looking NIP. They've gone 0-2, unfortunately. And G2 managed to best into the breach 13-3. Looks like we won't be seeing any of that Paris magic potentially here in Bucharest, Anders.
No, it's a bit rough, isn't it, for Into the Breach? I agree. But yeah, they've run into some tough teams, so that's maybe part of the explanation.
Best of threes now for them. And are we best of threes as well for the team that gets to 2-0? G2, after losing that previous round, they're on 10-9. What is this from Zantares? It's aggressive to say the very least. I say pull one back there. That was as audible as you like, but they're making it work. Calix will find the man advantage. It's HooXi that's gone down. HooXi's 3-16. I didn't even notice that. That's kind of a rough scoreline. Like, I know he's the in-game leader, but it's Eternal Fire. You'd think he'd be able to keep up, but it's been a pretty rough one for him. But still, a 3 versus 3 technically favors a T side, especially with the positional control they've got towards outside here as well. Hunter and Nico working in tandem, trying to get full control of the heaven position if possible. Calix gets himself in a compromised position. Commonly pre-fired, commonly flashed. m0NESY patrolling the extremities of the map here, and they're not going to commit towards upper just yet.
They're really giving space for Eternal Fire to look for more information, but it looks like the CTs are kind of just stuck in their positions, which I think it's going to be working out in their favor at the moment. A bit of a smoke up will block off Major. Calix now, if they peek him from the high ground, at least they're not going to be worried about the squeak door. There's the flash to set it up. Let's see if they can get the wide swing against him. Good shot from Calix, and nobody's ready for it. Major managed to relocate from the other side of the smoke, so he's good for it. Calix, the absolute hero of this round. 3 kills on him in the corner. That was really good. I think, in theory, they had a good idea of what was going on there. G2, they smoke off the one player. They flashed in. All they needed to do was double swing against him, but they couldn't.
Anders, we have arrived at the breaking point here for G2. They're 11-9 down. They're averaging $3,000 per player on the T side. m0NESY has 24 kills, 11 deaths. HooXi has 3-16. There is a chance that Eternal Fire are up against an eco here, and they'll have match points. I'm having a look at the Source 2 TV right now. In terms of investment, some. They've gone for Kevlar, Tech 9s, and a few smoke grenades here. The chips are down, HooXi. What have you got for us? What's the call that's going to save the day here for G2 and not face match points so early on here? Calix, great fancy footwork of that MP9, gets himself on the T roof. Holding on strong is Major as well. Their in-game leaders delivering on all fronts.
Look at what it means to them.
Here we go then. The match point up against pistols only. What has HooXi brought to the table here from a tactical perspective?
That many Tech 9s, even if you go slow at the start of the round, they can be pretty overpowering if you just push the pedal down at halfway through the round. We'll see if they're going to be finding a way to do that. m0NESY certainly going to be setting up the Molotov towards the huts. Some smokes outside, but they're taking so much damage trying to cross. That's painful.
It really is. They've made the call, though. This is full commitment, Anders. Thankfully, no CTs there. Woxic, oh, he needs to be very careful. Bro, chill. Lovely shot, but I think he goes down here. Yeah, I didn't like that play at all. Might cost him the round here. Calyx trying to pick up the pieces. 3 versus 3. G2 have got something to say about this one.
They don't know Hunter. Yeah, he's going to get shot at the back. They had no idea someone would walk past. They might have been saved by that.
Yeah.
If Hunter turned around, he would have had the kill on Santaris instead, and it would have been a very different round. I do agree, though. Woxic, that was so he was so hungry to get that kill.
Audacious is the word I would use. Maybe many others would, but we'll give him that. They win the round. It's okay. The fact is, the problem was against Tech9, if he goes down, the orb's in the open, and they can recover that and get a plant down, and maybe the round falls right. But everything seems to be fine right now. Seems to be the operative word, because we'll see if m0NESY can do anything with this. He has got HP to work with, and the bomb on his back. Looks like he's got a plant at the very least. Loves a fake plant, though. Yep.
He does. Gonna get them a lot closer, and now they know they can run in even just one person. It's fine, just run for it. He's gonna lose the round no matter what.
He has to save the gun.
Oh, he's out of the open.
Oh my god, he's so sick.
They shot onto Santaris.
The fact he's still taking jewels is wild to me.
Like, he's lost the round. He's got 27 and 11. But it doesn't really matter, right? Eternal Fire, they're still at match point right now.
But it's still quite a hollow victory. I know what he's up to there. He's just trying to show them and style on them. I don't care how low my HP is. I don't care that the round time is expired. I'm still going to challenge and make things very uncomfortable for you. The money will be low now. Technically, that was just a partial buy from G2. They saved the M4. That's absolutely fine. m0NESY went above and beyond for them in that round. 27 kills. But only one round separates Eternal Fire from success here. Again with this aggressive lobby crunch. They've got up the T roof as well. This is bizarre. m0NESY reads it. Another frag to add to his tally. 28 now. We saw Madden with the same approach. And similar results, unfortunately, in the previous Nuke outing. Calyx gets dropped. Like, I love the call from Eternal Fire. Like, they're playing to win this round. They're looking for that knockout punch. They're not playing a default passive round and waiting for the T's to execute outside. They wanted to get full lobby control, and they almost got it. If they just held the lobby and did go at the ladder, they actually have a very promising position. But HooXi,
okay,
that's what we needed. That's the kind of shot that can save the day. Is it enough, though? They've got a 5 versus 3.
I mean, if you look at the money on the CT side, right, this round is everything to them. They're going to have to try and maybe fight for overtime if it keeps going like this. Magic goes down. Woxic, not quite the 2-for-1 that he probably needed to make this a little bit closer, but you know, could still be done. He's got Cardio on the other side. He's been playing pretty well.
He might have been better off taking the re-peek there. The Molotov was shallow. I think he should have gone for another. But that'll be for naught. We'll see if G2 can stick the landing on this one. Oh, that might be enough to do it. Wicardia only with the MP9. Woxic! A nice idea. The bomb not planted. He ruffles their feathers. A dink connects to the MP9. And back in the day, Woxic, one of the best clutches with the AWP we had in Counter-Strike, but not to be the case this time. A much-needed round from G2 that actually resets the economy as well. An interesting idea there. We've seen that double ramp rush in the CTs a couple of times now. It's very audible. Hasn't worked out for them thus far. And it does cost them the round here. I think they're eco territory, so this is looking likely to be an overtime game, quite frankly. HooXi, that's the shot that saves the day.
Yeah, it was. m0NESY still just it doesn't matter what they're doing right now. They can't find a way to stop him. I've rarely seen anything like it.
Yeah, he's got 29 kills now. If they get overtime, like, God, Eternal Fire, a lot of trouble here. They'll take their second tactical timeout. Averaging $2,000 per player, I suppose, at bottom of the barrel loss bonus. That's $1,400. 2 players have $1,400. That's going to be Xantares and Calyx. And they'll get $1,900 into the next round. So even if you take the full eco here, Anders, you're hovering around, what, just over 3K. So it's not enough still. I think this one has overtime written all over it. This round is a gimme. Nothing to be discussed here, I'm afraid. USPs, no armor, no nades. Let's get on to round number 24, shall we?
Yeah, they're all grouped up towards the ramp at the start of the round. A little bit of an adventure. couple of people going down below, but the quick bomb plant, G2 absolutely calling their bluff here and saying, yeah, we're just going to finish this round. So, you're not wrong, Henry. On to the next we go. That's all that really needs to be said. Try and look for some kills. It'll just be for the stat line more than anything else here. 11 to 12 going to be the scoreline at the end of it. Gotta say, Eternal Fire again. I think, okay, come on. What is wrong with Odyssey? What are we witnessing right here? It's 31 kills. We're not even at the end of the map yet. This would have been a 6 scoreline in MR15, right? Like,
yeah, right. Like a 30 bomb was considered world class. Back in MR15, it's ridiculous. In MR12, we're still in regulation as well. Final round of the only map we have to play. Best of 1 nuke. It's been a recovery mission for G2, but they might have done enough here. As mentioned, the money was battered and bruised on the CT side. Managed to find match points, but it all comes down to this. Round number 24. Everything on the line. Can Eternal Fire somehow close it out here? With 2 MP9s, 3 M4s, and not very much utility. Just a single decoy available for Major. Opting for the firepower instead of the utility itself. Can it be done, Anders? It doesn't look good.
Yeah, but all it takes is one good entry for Eternal Fire. If they get one of the opening kills here, they can maybe play a little bit more safely. And maybe there's a way through. Good smokes landing. 3 of them outside, including that waterfall just... Oh, wow.
Okay, there's the shot. There's the entry. And what a scalp to take as well. Nico has nothing to say about this one. They've got a 5 versus 3, but the flashbangs are very effective to say at the very least here. Damage being done. The round's on a knife edge right now. We're back to a 3 versus 3. Hunter delivers the goods here. They've got control of up, but taking a lot of damage for their troubles. Calix. Oh, he can't save the day. m0NESY is playing on another level right now.
He had the jump on him. He had the sneak up. There's no way that m0NESY knew that Calix was coming, but his reactions are on a completely different level at the moment. Santaris setting up for a retake. Gotta try and even go for it, otherwise it's gonna be overtime here. They don't have the kit either, so it'll be really rough. They're running out of time. Hunter gets one, m0NESY with the other one. He ends regulation at 33 kills and brings G2 into overtime.
What a performance. Stunning scenes here from m0NESY. Completely manhandles the opposition. A one-man army delivering an excessive amount of frags. 33 in regulation. Instrumental in the success of round number 24 as well. That presence of mind, Anders. Like, it looked like Calix had the perfect flank.
He did.
Perfectly timed. m0NESY none the wiser, but all of a sudden, Spider Sense starts tingling. He turns around and finds him. This is the moment. So sick. Unbelievable scenes.
It must be so discouraging to be up against one player who just, there's nothing you can do. You have to pay every time a couple of kills just to try and fight him.
That was a 5-on-3 as well. They managed to pull back to take us to overtime. They might have to do the same thing once again. First 2 kills for Orion. Bacardi has dropped in the process. They got a 4-on-3 here, G2. Plenty of time on the clock. m0NESY and Nico removed, however.
Yeah, Calix doing great work once again. He's up to 20 now. Plenty of time on the clock, but yeah, they are so far back on the map.
They've fallen back into this double orb setup as well, just to note. Makes the retakes difficult, but we might not even get there. We've got a nice man advantage here. Outside smoke's being deployed from T-Spawn.
There we go. Second one landing. 45 seconds. And the AWP put into play. Grenade. Oh, if it goes a bit deeper, it just gets the kill outright, but it doesn't matter. Santaris being activated. He's been playing pretty well, but not even at his A game, right? If he starts to get up there, then that's a big step in the right direction for the CT side at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. Let's do a little check-in. Well, our friends over at the Beat Stream, Virtus.pro taking Fnatic over in their winners game as well. VP currently up 8-1 on Ancient on the CT side, Anders. So they're looking good for a 2-0 start here. But here we are, Zantara is showing us what he's capable of. Another impressive sequence of events there. Honestly boosted up with the T-side orb. Speaking of which, we've got Major trying his luck towards the ramp. HooXi finally showing some form here. Hit a couple of bangers towards that trophy position. 6 kills now. They've got the advantage. Win a 25 and a 5 and 4 in their favor. It's Ricardia holding towards up. Let's G2 recalibrate. We know they still have the majority of the utility here. They actually have 5 smoke still, Anders. They can do anything.
Good position to be in, no doubt. See if they find a way to actually exploit it to perfection. Some initial smokes just to get the crossing. Deep Molotov, and my god, again it's Santaris. This time it's HooXi, the victim on the other side, but he found Nico just like that earlier in the game.
Oh, there's a gap, potentially? Not quite. Very thin and brittle smoke, though. Santaris knows it. Just trying to get the intel.
There's the opening that they needed Nico to get that one. 30 seconds left here. They're really running it down low. Hunter, though, will pick up Ricardia, and now the pressure is on. Woxic knows they could be coming outside. He's got to be aware of it. Calix out there to help him, but the bomb is definitely going to be planted here. There's not much they can do.
No, it's over. Might as well save the AK. They'll be able to buy, of course, next round, but you can't purchase the AK-47. There's no real reason to throw the AWP away. And that's going to be G2. Managing to find some very important frags, especially Nico. Timing Zantaris just he went in towards Zappa, gets the backstab in, and the upper bomb site completely collapses at that stage. Woxic communicating with Calix. They'll both be hiding away in towards CT spawn. I guess you could go hunt them if you really wanted to, but there it is. G2 tying things up at 1-1 as they keep 4 players alive here as well. Modesty still on 33. Some of the other teammates chiming in at this stage. It's HooXi. They got a very important kill towards that. Ramprum took that Major with the AWP. That double orb setup doesn't do too much for them. But there we have it. G2 find their first of overtime.
I like Nexa guarding the potential drop-down defuse at the end. Like, he knows they're going to have enough money. Yeah, you might as well.
You don't want to see a G2 round at this stage.
We've seen too many already throughout the history of the org, you know?
Yeah. We don't need any of that nonsense here. Final round of the first half. They will relinquish control of the double orb setup. It's going to be Woxic, who, I'll say it, like, it has been pretty underwhelming on the CT side. Hasn't got much done, but his teammates have stepped up where required. And we've got AKs across the board. Like, Monacy hasn't even used an orb on this T side. He's just been an absolute monster of the AK-47 as they set up for an A execution. Does some bottle flips to get the Molotovs ready.
They're going to be burning out Major here. I don't know if that's going to be... Yeah, they're going to land a little bit further behind, so he's quite happy to just be stood here for a minute, putting down some counter grenades of his own. That one landing on HooXi quite nicely. Still down to the early kills. Flashes going through. HooXi, the first man in to get the kill as well. What a double opening. Hunter to claim the second one, but everything's working to perfection at the moment. Monacy couldn't even really see what he was shooting at there, but Ricardia is dead anyway. Wow, that was expertly played. We need slow motion replay of every one of that.
Shout out to HooXi as well. He only gets the 1 kill there, but the flashbangs he provided from the heart, the double flash, like you can turn from the first, but you catch in the second. Everyone was blind as you like there. And he gets the first, does significant damage to the second as well. Nothing Woxic can do. And that's been the case of the CT campaign. Smiles all round as Monacy is absolutely destroying them out there right now. So 2-1 on the T side. Bit of a death sentence here. If they just get 1 round on their CT campaign, that's double overtime guaranteed. 2 to close things out. If you're not aware, if you're just joining us, it's 1st to 16 in MR12. You can see those flashbangs absolutely destroy Eternal Fire. Nice work there from HooXi. Had a difficult game, but he's instrumental in finding success there in the final round of the first half. They'll switch over to the CT sides. Nico had a rough one here. Not a bad showing by any stretch of the imagination, but we just expect so much from him at this stage.
But I think this is becoming a problem now for Eternal Fire, because the longer this game stretches out, the more Nico's kind of waking up, right? Like, they needed a win before Nico started to come alive. Hunter's been playing well. Obviously, Monacy is on a whole different planet at the moment, which is the major problem they've been running into. But again, if it stretches out even more than this, then Nico's going to start to wake up. He already is. And by then, it might be too late. There might be nothing you could do. I feel like already just trying to win against m0NESY at the current stage is proving quite tricky. So 14-13, ladies and gentlemen, as we are heading into the second half of overtime. Means Eternal Fire will be on the T side, G2 on the CT side. Yeah, 123 kills. Worth recognizing. He's one of those players that's had a really tough time at CS2 and sort of been very vocal about it.
He's spoken about it in great depth. Like, he's working harder than ever. He's aware of it. But this has been a great showing. There's no doubt about that. Can they find match point now and turn this game on its head? nexa can't make it happen, but guess who's behind him? The final boss of G2, m0NESY. AWP in hand, Calyx seems ready to take the challenge here. He's got himself in an interesting spot. Early kill. Seen a lot of this ramp aggression from both CT sides. Nico will come and investigate. If he comes in with the pre-fire here, this could be everything. Calyx needs to be on high alert. m0NESY holding the angle for the swing.
Just waiting for it now, but Calyx, he might defuse the situation. Just slowly walks away. It's so close. They spend a good 15 seconds on either side just waiting for it. And m0NESY, he might have found a good bit of opening. He's see the gun barrel. That's an easy shot on the Woxic. 4 versus 4 all of a sudden, and we're down to 40 seconds here, but might be a chance out of the vent. Santaris, he's been spotted already. Hooksy feeling the pressure now, and he can't land that shot. m0NESY, though, unable to miss anything at the moment, and Nico walking in from behind. It's worked out. That's the bomb on the ground. And Wacardia down here. He needed his teammates to stay alive. He's alone now, and they've fallen back. They're leaving him the bomb site. They say, we don't really care. You can have the site. You just can't have the bomb that goes with it. 18 seconds now, and it's slowly whittling out. He wanted to fight, but he's not going to get any. Great discipline on G2 here in this 1 versus 3. Nico the one to find him. Like I said, you needed to win before Nico got here, and he's officially here now. 17 kills. He started to catch up.
You can see now Eternal Fire looking a bit more desperate. In a 5-on-4, they had the T-side AWP, which we talked about. You don't really see it too often for good reason. It means you're quite static, and a pretty amateur display from Woxic as well. Like, look at that. Like, I'm glad we brought the replay. Like, he should be more than aware. A player of his caliber should know, like, okay, if I'm going to expose myself and peek this angle, I need to do it quickly. Jiggle peek it first, like pre-fire with the AWP. You don't stick your massive barrel out first and slowly crawl into the angle. That's a catastrophe.
Oh, here we go. Straight to the ramp they go through the fire. Major's already dropped fairly low.
I like that smoke from nexa. Once it's fine. Like, ramp is prime real estate, but it's not a bomb site. You can let them have it. If you deny entrance towards lower, this is perfect. Like, you've managed to keep everyone alive. You've called for the rotations. Got AK-47 to the CT side as well. You just need one more round. So, Eternal Fire, good job getting ramp control. They have to kind of execute towards lower because everyone's here. All 5 members out. You don't see this too often. I'll be honest with you. This is quite an unusual situation. All 5 at ramp, executing down towards lower, and it's Nico down behind this silo joining nexa. They've got a solid defense here. Can they convert it?
Okay, they grenade out Nico from this one. The Molotovs go down below. They don't really touch Nico at the moment. There's a bit of a peek, draws all the attention away. That leaves nexa with a chance to maybe do something here, but they lose Nico at the same time. Still a good kill for nexa, but it might not be enough. Woxic finally coming alive. That's a deep angle that he's taken towards the squeak door back there. 2 versus 3. Bomb getting denied. Hooksy cleaned for the smoke. He takes down the enemy captain. And it's a 2 versus 2. 30 seconds left. Everything on the line here for Eternal Fire. They need the bomb plant. They try it again, but Hunter is on it. And now Woxic, the pressure on him, the weight of the world on his shoulders here. 1 versus 2, he's way out in the open. I can't believe he's not spotted. Hooksy caught sleeping behind the wheel, and now it's a 1 versus 1. The drop down, 14 seconds. He finally tries to pick it up, but Hunter is on top, and it's G2 in overtime with a victory.
Oh, there it is. A sigh of relief for G2. It was a difficult game. It goes to overtime where they get the job done. It doesn't matter how close it was. They've got 2-0 here at the RMR. Alleviates a lot of pressure.